Okay, here we have the DKLGG three-piece bar cable set. It's kind of funny, right on here it says do not open with knife, but it's taped and packaged pretty well. So I don't believe I'll be able to do this in any other way than with a knife. Just be careful. So as you can tell, it does come unassembled with a printed and kind of stapled instruction and assembly set and a bunch of different pieces. So we'll take a look at the quality of the pieces. So two things off the bat. The welds are not the greatest quality, but kind of what you'd expect for the price point that this set is for. Also, need to work on their translation a little bit. I'm not quite sure what regulation G is. Pretty sure they mean regulation, but we'll give them a pass there. The welds are passable, not the greatest quality, but compared to other things I've had in the same price point, at least the threads seem to be pretty good, and the welds are properly coated and look like effective welds, if not just a little bit sloppy. Once again, you got to remember the price point on this. The tabletop looks gorgeous. I'm not going to fault them there at all. If I had to be nitpicky, the only thing that I would say is that it's a little on the thin side, about a ½ inch. I would have preferred for it to be just a little thicker, but at least it looks good and it has a nice protective film on it. I don't know how well it's going to come up on camera here, but this is indicative of all the threads cut into holes on this build. They're actually pretty decently done. They're sharp threads. They're not full of slag and such, and I'm impressed with them. Parts are at a pretty loose tolerances. This is part of the stool. It should be okay because of how it's built and how it's going to be connected together. I would have preferred if they were a little closer tolerance-wise, is at least a 1/16 to an 1/8 inch off here. It could have been a little better. That'll made for a little more sturdier product also. If you take a look, the welds here, I would have liked for them to have been a little more complete. At least they're not just a couple quick tack and spot welds. But once again, price point. So the kit comes with 4 different length screws. They all use the same tiny little hex or Allen key. It's a 4 mil or 5/32, give or take, if you're using Imperial.